that long ball. What have you seen from him and his progression through fall camp and now through
Yeah,
camp?
I mean, really like Justin. He's one of the hardest practice players we have. He goes wide open all the time. He's still learning the nuances of the offense, learning where to line up. And it may be just a split. If I need to be a yard outside the hash, sometimes he's made some mistakes lining up. We got to get that cleaned up. But he knows what to do, though. He's really, really good and made 2 great catches the other night. He's a hard guy to cover. I think he's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he's fast, got good hands. So we hopefully will continue to find ways to get him on the field and get him the ball. He's also a very good blocker. He's got very good strength, and he takes pride in blocking. So we really appreciate that, and so we want to reward him for that, the way he blocks, and hopefully we'll be able to get him on the field more as the season goes on.
Coach, obviously you want to play better in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take that and build on that instead of just kind of keeping it consistent?
Well, we hopefully continue to build on that. I think one of the things that he's doing really good in is in the run reads that he's having to make. Because a lot of those little throws he's made to the tight ends or whatever are he's reading that out, and he's reading that when I need to pull it, when I need to hand it off, when I need to pull it and throw it, all those, and he's done a really good job at that. We got to get better at just the downfield throws, and he knows that. Last night or Saturday evening there was probably about 4 down the field throws that we should have made better decisions, better throws, giving the receivers a chance. We had Fitz down in the end zone one time, we overthrew him. We had Seth down the middle of the field, we overthrew him. We just got to be able to hit those balls, or at least give them a chance. Give the receivers a chance and not just overthrow them. There was another time we had 2-2. We got another PI call on that one, but I still think you probably could have gave him a chance to catch that ball. So that's just working on that in practice, working on the timing and dropping the ball down on top of the receivers.
Anything else?
Coach, you only through 2 weeks, but I think you've only played 1 true freshman. How do you decide who is going to play, or maybe when you get some guys some reps and that kind of thing?
Well, I think we talk to our guys all the time about how we know once we get into the thick of this season that we're going to have guys dinged up. Other guys are going to have to step up and be ready to play. So it all starts in practice. How hard are you going to practice? How well are you going to get yourself prepared so when your time comes that you're going to be ready to play? We know what's going to end up happening here soon. And we know we don't have a ton of depth. The guys that will end up playing will be inexperienced guys. And so we're trying to get them reps in practice, and maybe throughout the season we'll be able to slide them in and get some game experience for them. You don't want to make wholesale changes where you have a bunch of them at the same time out there, but if you're just putting one guy in amongst the other guys that have already played a lot, maybe they won't stand out as bad. So I think we'll just play that by ear as we go throughout the season, and see how it goes. But most of the guys right now, I think like you mentioned, we maybe play 1 or 2 guys that are freshmen, so not many.
And defensively, you rotated a ton of guys up front. After watching film, are you excited about what you saw from them up front?
Yeah, we want to be able to do that. We feel like if we can get that rotation defensively, we're keeping those guys fresh, because obviously one of the things that we want to be as a team that chases the ball, with relentless effort, and we were able to do that the other night. We're really at both games, and so the more guys that can play, the fresher you are, the harder you can go, and then you're going to be able to win those second and fourth quarters, and those are the 2 quarters we got to win. They got to be able to finish both halves. So it's exciting to see a lot of the guys playing. Probably playing a lot more on that side of the ball than we are on the offensive side of the ball, but I think that'll benefit us as we go down the road toward conference play.
I know depth has been something that you've talked about a lot, but through 2 games, are you pretty comfortable with the rotations you have defensively?
Yeah, we are. We've played a lot of guys. I think in the secondary, we've played a bunch of linebackers. Last week, Rajay didn't practice most of the week, but ended up playing. But Quinn Head got in there and played a lot. We played at least 4 inside linebackers, and then the rotation for D-line was really good. I think the more you gain experience with those guys, and I just feel like the defense is starting to gel, starting to mesh a lot better, and you're playing a lot of guys, it'll just benefit us, and I think, we're starting to get some guys that can make plays. We've done a really good job of putting pressure on the quarterback. I think, what do we have, 5 sacks Saturday, and so if we can continue to do that, keep them off the chains, obviously benefits our defense in a great way.
You mentioned that you want to be able to throw deep more to stretch the defense, and he had some balls that he didn't complete. Is it a matter of just building up his confidence or more reps and get him sharper passing? Or what's the next step you'd like to see him take?
Well, I mean, it's probably a little bit of both. It's, running great routes. It's recognizing where I need to throw the ball to which receiver, because, the other night there was, we hit, like I mentioned earlier, hit a couple of times where I thought he could have thrown it to a different guy where they're more open, and so you get a little bit more leeway when they're more open. So, and then it's just giving them a chance. And I think it's just timing. I think it's, in practice it's hard because we do throw some deep balls in practice, but, you can't just run the receivers forever at practice. And so you only get so many opportunities with that. And so, we got to make advantage of those opportunities, drop it down on them. I always talk about, when you're overthrowing them, I joke with the quarterback and say, we might as well just run the ball again, because it's a wasted play. You just overthrew everybody. If we hand the ball off, at least we got a chance to get a yard. You're overthrowing them, you're not giving that guy a chance, because I think when you drop it on the receivers, a lot of good things can happen. You get PI, you obviously can catch the ball, you have an opportunity to catch the ball, and usually not many negative things are going to happen because the DB is still trying to figure out, or where's the ball? He's chasing the receiver. So we have to be able to just drop it down on him, and those just through practice and through game experience, just getting a feel for it. I think, we just got to work on it. We just got to continue to get better at it. I don't think there's any magical formula. I think you just got to continue to practice it and try to get better at it.
Last week you mentioned that following the Notre Dame performance, there was some positive reaction from the recruits that you guys are talking to. After having a couple home games, being able to host a lot of guys, what's been the reaction from that, especially from the guys that have come in and watched you guys play?
It's been great. We had 4 official visits in this weekend, and they loved it. From the families loved it, the recruits loved it. 2 of the guys were already committed, and so, I think that the biggest thing we always tell them is that we want to be consistent. Whenever they come here, if they came a month ago, if they came today, if they come a month from now, they're going to get the same treatment. I think our staff does a great job of being who they are. We're not trying to hide anything. We're putting everything out front. We're very genuine with these recruits, and I think the moms and dads recruits appreciate that. And we've gotten great feedback. And so, I think we'll finish this class out. It'll be an outstanding class, and some great players, and number one, great people. We're getting some great character in this class, and I think that's what we want more than anything. We obviously want talent, but I just think character wins a lot of football games, maybe more so than talent.
Coach, back to the defensive line, a new face this week in Ramon Puryear. What has he done to get on the field? And I don't know that, I think he came in as an outside linebacker, I believe, did he not?
He may have. We put him at D-line right off the bat. So he's been good, man. He's been a bright spot for our D-line. He's kind of, when he first gets out there, you really didn't know much about him, and then all of a sudden he starts making plays and he gets more reps, and then now he's really in the battle. He's battling in the mix now, and it'll probably be that way throughout the whole season. He's gonna be a good player for us. He's a hard worker, really goes hard, and he's practiced with our defense, but he's also practiced with some of our chase teams as well. Giving us good looks, and goes really hard against our O-line. Our O-line gets mad at him sometimes because how hard he's going, but that's what's making them better, and it's also getting him noticed. So. No, I'm excited about the future he has here, and as a player, he will certainly play here. He fits the mold because he's quick, he's strong, and he goes hard. I think those attributes will do him well, and the fact that he'll be able to get to play for us. Maybe, whether it's this year, we'll see. But it's a great rule to have that 4-game thing where you still can get a red shirt. So it's awesome.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, guys.